Welcome back to another episode of Whatever This Is. My name is Christian. In this video, we are going to be talking about how you, as a real estate agent, can create certainty in uncertain times. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, that pretty much just means how can you essentially show your clients, your sphere, that you know exactly what you are doing and that you are the best option for them to use you to buy or sell your home. Basically, how can you show that you know exactly what you're doing, that they can trust you in uncertain times. So I have a few points, a few pieces that I want to talk about, how you can look and be the place, the person that everyone sort of looks to about like, hey, what's going on? Tell me what is happening. So the first point that I want to talk about is having the data, and then secondly, knowing the data. Now, the first part is the easy part, right? You get the housing report, you get any other news or whatever. You pretty much get that data hand delivered to you in your inbox whenever that data becomes available. So that's the easy part. The hard part, so to speak, is understanding and knowing the data. So you have to take in the data and then you have to know the data and know it well enough to explain it to somebody in a confident and certain manner. Now, this one is the most important one out of anything that I talk about for the rest of this video. So if this is the only part that you watch, great, learn it. Essentially, this whole point can be summed up with just showing that you are the market expert. And the amount of videos that I've probably said that phrase, showing you're the market expert in, is got to be in a lot of videos. And so this just proves my point that you have to show that you are the market expert in this instance by knowing the data. You are a real estate agent. Whenever you go out and you meet somebody new, they're going you know what questions they're going to ask you. What's the market doing? How's the market looking like? You have to have a certain answer for that. If you don't necessarily have a certain confident answer and you're kind of beating around the bush because you don't really know, then you just potentially lost a potential client, a potential referral. You have to be on top of your game. Okay, so aside from the data, how else can you essentially show that you are a confident, certain realtor that knows what the heck they're doing? Well, for starters, you can be and should be showing your recent sales. So that means that whenever you have a closing of some sort, you grab some sort of testimonial. If it's a video, awesome. If it's just a photo, awesome. You just need to be putting out there into the world, into your sphere, like, hey, I'm still doing business. Business is still good on my end. If you are thinking about buying or selling, obviously it's whatever I'm doing is working. You shouldn't say that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that by you putting that stuff out there, that's what people are going to, in theory, be thinking about you. Because if someone sees that you are just consistently posting closings, or you're standing in front of sold signs or whatever, and if they are aware enough to know what exactly is going on in the world, and they're like, oh wow, this person is still closing on houses, they must know what they're doing. So that's a pretty basic one. I'm not asking you to reinvent the wheel there. Really, if you're not already doing it, you should start doing it. The next one that this blog post slash well-known real estate coach calls for, they say to put out daily informational videos. Now, I'm well aware the pushback that people just don't want to do videos. I get that. So instead of daily informational videos, let's just shoot for weekly, right? Let's just do like one video a week. It doesn't have to be intense. It doesn't have to be insane. It doesn't have to be, again, reinventing the wheels. Even if it's just a minute of just like a weekly recap of either what you did as a real estate agent, maybe what happened in the real estate world, any news, maybe like, hey, this is where we were, this is where we are now, or maybe talking about the future, the horizon, what's to come, blah, blah, blah. Any information is good information in today's day and age. The next thing I'm going to suggest is a little bit of self-reflection. No matter how good of a real estate agent you think you are, or where you currently are in the list and numbers and all that fun stuff, I can probably guarantee that there is something that needs to be worked on in you as a real estate agent, albeit if it's your knowledge, any skills that you need to bolster. Basically, all I'm saying is that as good as you think you are, and I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're fantastic. However, I'm also probably sure that there's a few areas where you're like, I could probably be better in that. I could probably be more consistent posting on social media. I could probably do a better job at communication with maybe my past clients, right? I'm sure there's something where you're like, oh, I could probably work on that. But the first step is acknowledging whatever the heck needs to be worked on, right? That's on you. I'm not going to sit here and try and be your therapist. Now, I know that this video was probably all over the place and a little bit less what you're used to getting from me. However, it's nice to have these videos every once in a while where I'm not necessarily teaching you how to do something. And it's more or less just like telling you what you should be doing. That's not in like the social aspect. And that's going to be it for today's video. This was a little bit shorter, a little briefer, not necessarily my typical content, but either way, I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I will talk to you guys next video.